Hey YouTube, long time seller here, over 6 years experience, over $250,000 a year in sales, and I just got done watching a video about eBay selling, and I'm always watching other people. Even though I've been doing this for 6 years, I always pick up things, I learn things, I adjust things, I try to adapt with selling as it changes and as the market changes. And being a pre-owned clothing seller primarily, I try to stay up on trends. But anyway, I just got done watching a video from Commonwealth Flipper. He's got a channel, and he just put out a video called "eBay Just Isn't Cutting It Anymore." And I watched this video, and he made some good points. And I'm not here to disagree with him or argue or anything like that. I just wanted to put on my own little twist and some points and views of things that I see that's made things a little tougher reselling as a full-time living. So I made some little notes here, and just use my little napkin note things, but I do jot things down during lunch sometimes. Gotten harder. Is the gravy train gone? Yes and no. Sales are down, but I think there's multiple reasons for this, and I sat down and jotted down things that I have found that have increased the cost and difficulties that have made me had to work a little harder to make the same amount of money or even less. So I want to outline these for you. So first of all, the cost of products is up. Cost of products are up over every thrift store around me has raised their prices. Goodwill, everybody, their prices have gone up in the last year. So even garage sales, I go to garage sales, I've gone to estate sales, and I went to one last week, and the lady printed out a page from eBay for every single item she was selling on the garage sale with eBay prices. They weren't sold prices, they were listed prices, so it was really inaccurate, but that's what she was expecting to get. So I wasn't able to really find anything at that yard sale. I mean, nothing I wanted to walk away with. She was asking too much money for stuff that really wasn't worth that much. But okay, so we got cost of products have gone up. There's a lot more competition out there. There's a lot more selling platforms, a lot more sellers. A lot of people watch these how-to videos. The ones I put out, the ones that Commonwealth Flipper puts out, Tech and Sports, Chris Lynn. These are guys that I've watched and followed over the years. Rally Roots. I watched a lot of people and learned. This is how I learned over the years. And so but now there's more and more people selling online. Competition's harder. Finding items is harder. So I have to hunt a little longer, a little harder to get those. So with all that competition, product is getting harder to find. The bolos, or not bolos, but price, it's harder and harder to find those because more attention is brought to the market. So competition's harder. Another thing in line with that is stores or brick and mortar stores. I mean, even Walmart, your Target, all those places, they're having to compete with us as we're having to compete with them. So a lot of big name stores, local stores, little thrift stores and stuff are selling online. That's added competition. They usually buy big and can save on product costs. A lot of times they can undercut us. So our competition is greater from not just other resellers, but from big market stores also. Another thing, excuse me, postage increase. Postage has gone up and gone up and gone up. And I remember when I started selling, a flat rate envelope was $5.75, I think, or $5.55, something like that. It's $9 now. So postage across the board has gone up. I mean, even I use a lot. Most of my stuff goes Ground Advantage Post Office and decent prices, but stuff I used to pay $3.50 to ship, I'm paying $4.50 and $5 and $6 to ship. So postage has gone up. The overall economy, we've experienced inflation over the last year or two. Cost of goods have gone up. Every single thing that we buy as resellers, whether it be gas, electricity, equipment, wrapping equipment, plastic bags, poly mailers, postage labels, everything that we buy has gone up. That cuts into our profits. That's made it that much harder. The consumer themselves, because of inflation, the price of necessities, the price of food and groceries and electric and gas and water has gone up. People have less disposable income to spend on other items. People watch their money more. Money's a little tighter now. So that's made it a little harder for us on selling too. So those are basically the things that I see that I just wanted to add what commented anymore. And watch that and you'll kind of see you get some good stuff from him, and I'm just adding to his. I'm not arguing with him. I'm not putting him down. I'm not putting him up. Just this is my 2 cents worth as a long-term seller and things that I see, specific things that I see. Now, there are some solutions. There's always solutions. Whenever you run into a problem, the best thing to do is sit down and put rational thought to it. A lot of times, like if you're going to make a decision, if you'll sit down, actually write down pros and cons before you make a decision and weigh out the pros versus cons, you've thought it over in your mind, but when you write it and you see it in writing, plus what you've got in your mind, you can actually see sometimes you'll think in your mind, hey, this is a good deal. When you actually sit down and write down pros and cons, you look at it and the cons outweigh the pros, and it's not really that good of a deal. So that's finding a solution to being more profitable or being a better seller. So one of them is we can expand platforms. I sell on eBay. That's all I sell on. I take that back. I have a small thing on Macari. I sell a little bit over there, but I am going to be starting Whatnot yet. I'm going to try Whatnot out. I have a lot of excess inventory and duplicates, so let's throw that out there and see what happens on that one. So expanding your platforms, expanding your market, expanding your reach to help drive those sales and recoup those sales. Another way we can do it is to cut expenses and overhead, whether it's moving to a smaller location, cutting back on your electricity bill, finding better bargains on the products that we use every day as polymailers and bags and things like that. We need to decrease our product cost, and I've got a video coming out right after this one about how I obtain my inventory for zero. And I'll explain this in the other video. I go to a store and I'll spend X amount of dollars and I'll walk away with X amount of dollars of free inventory, and I'll detail that in my next video. So you need to decrease your product cost, and decreasing your product cost is probably going to take a little more legwork. You're going to have to go to more places, be a little more picky, be a little more discerning on the items that you buy. So decrease your product cost. Planning smarter sourcing routes. We all source. We got to have to go get our product. So gas and time is one of the expenses we have of sourcing. If you're spending 6 hours a day running around finding product, try planning a route. Think ahead of time. I'm going here to here to here to here. Find the most efficient route. Save gas, save time. That's another way we can cut down on our costs. So that's just a few solutions here. And I just wanted to put my, like I said, I just watched Commonwealth Flipper's show, and it got me to thinking, because every time I watch somebody's show, it gets me thinking. I pick up things, I use what I can use, and that's what we need to do. As resellers, is you should watch as many shows as possible, because you can always glean something out of that story that you can use in your business. So go in there with an open mind, rethink how we do things, think a little smarter, be a little more cost efficient. We lower our costs on one side, it helps our profits on the other side. So, all right, well, like I said, I'm a primary eBay seller, and I want to wish all of y'all the best, and I hope this helps somebody. Please like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to see, and I'll see you down the road, and have good luck selling on eBay.